Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. So today we're going to be making a trifold card. I saw this on a video by a lady named Mary Trautner, and I thought it was fun, and I thought we should try it. I'm going to start with, this is a piece of paper that's 10.5 inch by 3.5 inches. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but I write all of the information down below the video. So if you have any questions about anything, you should be able to find your answers down below. If you are hearing impaired, you should be able to, if you can't follow the, sometimes the way that they do the closed captioning, it's a little confusing. So if you struggle with understanding their closed captioning, please go to the bottom and read my information, because I do give you step-by-step instructions down there. So hopefully that will help you as well. I want this channel to be something that anyone who has any kind of physical impairment can come to it and find what they need to find. So with that being said, let's score this. We're going to score this at 3.5 inches. Whoop, jumped off my little thing. What else is new? Do it again. And 7 inches. Now this, if you have one of those triangular scoring boards, you can use it for this, but I don't want to use that because I want to make sure that you can do this if you don't have anything like that. So I'm going to say if you have something squishy like fun foam, that'll work. What we're going to do is we're going to take a ruler. So everybody should have rulers at home, right? Hopefully. I lost mine already. What else is new? Here it is. I swear I think that I'm all organized, and then I'm not. Then what you're going to do, I don't know if you can see my score mark, but I have a score mark right here and a score mark right here. You're going to want to take your ruler and you're going to line it up to the bottom of this score and this top corner. You're on a squishy mat, don't forget that, and make sure you hold this in place, because you have to make sure that these are on those folds exactly, that you're ending up going from corner to corner. So we're going to go from this corner to that corner. And I'm not pushing too hard because I want to just be able to keep my ruler in place and make sure that my score does well. Same thing on this score. Now you'll have, again, we have two scores at the 3.5 and the 7 inch. So now we're going to line it up on the top of the 7 inch score to the bottom corner of our card. And our goal here, again, is to make sure that our line is nice and clean. If you have one of those diagonal tools for your scoring board, use that. But if you don't, this is the alternate way to use it. Now, you're going to fold in your sides like this. Then you're going to fold out the thing you just scored. And if you need to, you can always use your bone folder on this. Again, we're going to fold in on our score, and we're going to fold out on our one that's crooked, we'll call it, the one that's a diagonal. And I'm going to get my scoring tool, my bone folder I mean, and make sure I can get this all folded down well. If I can find it, I can't find it. I'm going to have to go with plan B. It's important that you get those scores. Let me make sure I got all my scores down, because that keeps your card closed. Okay. One more time just to make sure we got our card folded, scored down. Okay, so then what you have is you have this going this way and that going that way, but the card is completely, it is in fact a card now. Ready? So next step, I have this piece of paper that I made that I really liked. It was something where I was trying to make it look like a starry night, and I think I want to add a little bit more of like a white gel pen look to it. So I'm going to get my white gel pen and put a few stars in with that. So I have my white gel pen, and this is made by Jelly Roll. And I'm just going to do, I'm just going to make some random spots on here so that it looks more like some stars. I could put things in here that are star shaped, but I prefer to have something that looks more like the galaxy, and that's what I'm going for here, is just putting in some little white spots here and there. And if you don't, if you want to try doing something different, you could use a white paint marker or any kind of something that's vivid white, because we're looking for vivid here. I think that's pretty good. A little bit more around the edges. Okay. Now you're going to take your cutting tool, and we're going to cut this on an angle. We're going to take our tool, and we're making sure it's sitting on something weird here. Must be that. You're going to take your scoring tool, and you're going to make sure that you line it up with the point. You probably can't see on this one, but I'm lining it up so that my point down here, the center point, is lined up, and the center point at the top should also be lined up. So we're making sure that we're cutting it corner to corner, hopefully. Okay, I didn't do a perfect job, but I'm not that worried about it. If you were worried, see this end I didn't get it completely perfect. The way you can fix that is you can just take your scissors and cut straight up there, which is what I think I'm going to do, is just make a little cut and straighten out my edge so that I'm going from edge to edge, cutting out the weird part that I don't like. That looks pretty good. I'm going to cut out a little odd section right there that I want to get rid of. Okay. This one looks better than this one. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue these pieces down onto the top of our card. So I'm going to just take my this kind of tape. I was making it up as I went. I'm going to go with this kind of tape, and I'm going to put this down. You're going to line it up. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say the size of this. This is 3 1/4 inches square. I have a sentiment that I really liked, but I'm afraid it's just too big. I could do it this way, but I don't know if that makes the card even work. But when I go this way, it looks kind of weird. I might still do it that way, though, thinking that could be the system. And I need to, you're going to want to have some ribbon that you're going to use to cut to keep your card closed, because these cards won't stay closed on their own. So I'm going to take about, I don't know, 18 inches of ribbon maybe. And this is, I think it's 5/8 of an inch. I might be wrong. And we're going to put it underneath, I'm going to glue it down, but I'm going to put it underneath this piece. And I'm going to put it, let's see, how do I keep this closed? I'm going to go this way, I guess. You have to remember that when you glue things down on this kind of card, that you can only glue on one side of your card. If you glue on, I'm going to move that up a little bit, sorry. If you glue on both sides of your fold, you're going to end up having a card that you can't open, and we don't want that. That's for sure. So I'm going to put a little piece, see how I put my glue on this side only, not on this side, because we want to make sure that we have everything the way we want it and have it so it will work in the end. That's the goal, making sure we have a card that actually works. Then I'm going to lay this piece over here, and then what we would do is we would tie our card. I think I did something wrong because I need to be able to tie that somehow. What to do? I don't know. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to have it come out of that side. See, these are the things that I have trouble with. I need my ribbon to actually go like this, so it goes through that side like that, and then I'll be able to tie it right there. If you follow what I'm thinking, I'll be able to tie it. And I'm going to put another piece of, I'm going to put this right here so that it also will stay down. So our whole card will be closed like that. And I've got to put, in the inside, I need to put some paper and decoration. So what I'm going to do in the inside here, I have some pieces, and I was going to do like white and blue and white and have a bunch of different just a bunch of different things in there, but I don't know, I just didn't like the idea of it. I thought I would just go with a piece of white, make it a simple card that's kind of easy, clean, simple, just one of those things that that you don't have any kind of issue with. Well, you know me, I have issues with just about everything I make, but anyway. This ribbon still is confusing me. I swear this is how you do it, but I think how you do it is you tie it on this side like this. I'm making this up as I go, but I'm pretty sure this is what I would do, is I would tie it like that. I'm not sure what else to do. Then, the other thing you have to do is when you put this piece down, you have to glue it on the same side as you glued everything else. Otherwise, you won't be able to open your card. So at this point, all we have to do is take our ribbon off, and it'll work. But we have to make sure that we put this, I'm going to center this. I'm going to put it right here, but I can only put it from here down. I'll show you with a ruler. From this area, because if I glue it up here, you won't be able to open it. So I'm going to make sure I follow where I'm at, because I get a little confused by these things. And then I think I'm also going to put a little bit of wet glue on that as well, because I want to make sure I don't have any big issues. Okay, so we're going to put it right there. And then now I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to really tie it close this time, so that our ribbon and our card is completely closed down. You don't have to do a bow if you don't want to. You could do a knot. You could do whatever you want to, but I'm going to do a bow just to prove that I can. And on the first try, shut up, look at that. I know, I shouldn't be that thrilled about a bow, but every once in a while I do make myself a little bit thrilled about a bow. I'll make it a little bit smaller. Then we'll just clip off the edges. I think this is a really easy card to make, and you can decorate more of the inside if you want to, but I thought it was fun just the way it was. You could layer up a bunch of different pieces to make your card look the way you want it to. And the next thing we're going to do, or the last thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to measure it, and I'm going to use my envelope maker to make me a 3.5 inches square. I'm going to use my envelope board to make my envelope. So let me grab my envelope board. Oh, I got stuff going everywhere. In order to make the envelope, what you need to do is you need to get the measurements of your card. Our card was 3.5 by 3.5, and this tells you on the inside of this board, it tells you that if you have a 3.5 by 3.5, then you have a 6 1/4 inch card, and you mark it at 3 1/8, and you put one of those in. Then you take your little scoring tool and you run it down the line. Then you're going to turn it over here, and you're going to line that up with the center mark and do another one of those little lines. Then you're going to line it up again, mark, and do that, and then we have one more, and then one of those. So we're done with this. The other thing you want to do with these boards is kind of cool, is up in the top here, you do that, and I gotta put my head over it a little more. Got to round out the top corners. Come on, buddy. Well, oh, it already did round. Cheapers. So we're done with our scoring board, our punch board, whatever we call it, envelope board. And we'll get rid of all of our little papers. And then we're going to fold in our pieces. And we're going to only keep, the only thing we're going to think about really is the bottom and the top, because those are the sections you have to make sure are going to work for your for closing it and keeping it closed. So I'm going to get my score tape. So here's our score tape, and you're going to hold in your sides, because that's where you want to put your focus on, is down here in the ends of inside edges of your card envelope. So I'm just going to put them right there. I'm going to move it there. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're just going to put in a little bit to hold everything in place, because we don't want to have everything come unglued. Get your backing off. And then this will ensure, this will ensure that our bottom will stay in place, because we're going to do that. Now, before I finish with the card, I want to tell you a couple things. My sentiment comes from Unity Stamps. It is a current sentiment, and I really liked it because I thought it really worked well with my theme of my background. And again, this is called a trifold card. I hope you enjoyed this and that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please tell one friend about me on social media. I really appreciate that. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.